Teresa.
And I'm Kaylee. And this is Betty.
And today we're going to make some homemade
pizza!
Yeah! So the first thing we're going to do is get our yeast started and ready for making the dough. So what we have here is 3/4 of a cup of milk mixed with 1 cup of water. This is warmed up in a pot on the stove until it's kind of like room temperature.
Yep.
So add this to the bowl.
Just so it's warm.
Yeah, if it's too hot, it would kill the yeast. We want it nice and warm so they're just nice and cozy.
And there's water in it? Isn't there water in it?
Water, 1 cup of water and 3/4 cup of milk. Then we're going to add 1/8 of a cup of sugar. So add that in there. And then we'll mix it in. Go ahead and give it a mix with the whisk. We just want to dissolve the sugar.
How you doing, Betty? That's good.
Betty loves homemade pizza. Good. And then just give it a feel with your finger. Make sure it's not too hot for the yeast. Yep, feels good.
Perfect.
Good. Then the next step is the yeast. This is a tablespoon of yeast. Go ahead and sprinkle that in. Sprinkle it in. Oh, are they talking?
Yeah, they're talking. They're moving too.
Okay, sprinkle them in. There we go. And then just give them a quick whisk. Get it all in there. Mix them up. And then this takes about 5 minutes for the yeast to wake up. Once the yeast starts to get all foamy, then it's ready for the next step. Oh, they're ready for a pizza party. Look at them go. So our yeast is all foamy and is eating all the sugar, and it's ready for our next step. Our next step is going to be to stir in some oil. So we're going to use 1 tablespoon of oil, or you could use melted butter or margarine as well. 1 tablespoon. We're using olive oil right now. There you go, Kayla. You want to whisk the oil in, stir it in, give it a nice quick stir. Takes a little bit to get oil mixed into water. Once that's added, now we start adding the flour, 1 cup at a time.
1 cup at a time.
Looks good. Here's the 1 spoon. We'll trade in for a 1 spoon now. Thank you.
1 spoon.
So I'll sprinkle in the flour and you stir it in. And let's see how many cups it takes. Ready? Stir it in.
Okay.
And you want to stir it until most of the lumps are out. Yeah. And sometimes I find that if you hold it like this and kind of go back and forth, like that, it helps break up the lump.
Like that?
Yes. And here comes another cup.
Another cup.
And stir it in.
Stir it in.
And once we've added a couple cups of flour, then we'll add some salt. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of salt.
2 teaspoons of salt.
Yes. Here is uno.
Uno. Dos. Tres.
Just dos.
Dos.
2. How's this looking?
I don't know. It's looking pretty good.
Looking pretty good. Okay, ready for another cup of flour?
Okay.
More flour.
More flour.
Stir it in. Oh, and you know...
Trust me, I'm not weird. We do this every time we bake pizza.
And we're kind of weird
part of
too.
our routine. Yeah, we're kind of...
And then this is something new that we're going to try. Uncle Steph used to work a long time ago when he was a teenager at a pizza place.
Pizza place.
And he told me that they used to put a little bit of pancake mix into their dough. And it made it really good. So we're just going to add a little bit. We're just going to add like 1/4 of a cup. The secret ingredient.
Are you sure you used to work at a...
He did, and that's how they made it.
No fair.
Just 1/4 of a cup, just good. It's starting to get thick. Maybe I'll do some stirring now for you.
Okay.
So once you start to add about 3 cups of flour, it starts to get kind of thick.
I agree.
Okay.
Timber. Whoops.
So Kaylee, are you going to help knead the dough? Do you remember from kneading last time we made bread? It was a while ago.
Yeah, we rolled it across the table like, passing the ball.
So it might be time to move Betty.
Betty!
Bye, Betty.
Bye, Betty. Say bye, Betty. Okay.
The important thing about kneading dough, Kaylee, remember, is to always keep your hands floured so that the dough doesn't stick.
Real frequently, like your other video said.
Yeah.
I watched
Flour
your video.
frequently. You watched my other video?
I watched my other video.
Good.
I'm
That's
making
what
bread.
Grandma said you watched it, so that's what made me think you might like making this one with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Really well floured hands, and then just start pressing it down.
You fold it and press it.
Fold and press.
Fold and press. You do that a couple of times, and then you roll it to the other person.
Ready and roll. And your turn. Press and knead, press and fold.
If you're doing it with two people, it's fun to roll it.
Yeah, you just want to sprinkle a little more under it and roll it on over. And get these hands floured.
If you have kids, grandkids, or if you're a babysitter or you just have kids around, then they love doing it by rolling it back and forth.
Yeah, and kids just like making bread in general. There's kind of like a magic about making bread, isn't there?
Yeah, it just seems so special to kids.
Yeah. Some dough incoming and and knead. Yep.
Knead. Whoops.
Keep it moving, keep it moving. Kaylee's kneading the dough. She's pressing and folding. It's starting to come together really well right now. Just keeping her hands well floured from our flour pile over here. Flouring the table. Good. And kneading.
We just finished kneading the bread, put it back in the bowl, and we put some oil in it. How much oil did we put in it?
It was about half a teaspoon of oil, and then we brushed it around.
And then we brushed it around the bowl with this, and then we put the dough back in here.
Yeah, we swirled it around and then flipped it over.
And then flipped it over so I got oil on both sides.
And now we're going to cover it and let it rise for about 45 minutes.
We're going to tuck it in.
Yes, it's like...
have a nap for 45 minutes.
Yes, the towel's behind you. So if you want to tuck in our bread, it's time for its nap. It had a busy day. All that kneading and being thrown around.
Good night, bread.
Good night. We'll see you in 45 minutes when you're ready to be pizza dough. So our dough has been sitting in the bowl and rising for about 45 minutes. Kaylee, how does it look?
Oh, well, it's doubled in size and it's really puffy and soft.
Great.
Lots of air bubbles in it.
Perfect.
See?
It's going to make a nice dough then.
Nice.
So now it's time to divide it.
Yeah.
So what we do is pick it up from the sides, pick it up underneath, and just kind of let it stretch over itself and fold it.
Let it stretch and fold
Let it stretch and fold it again. And then I'm gonna divide it into 1/3 and then keep 2/3 because we've got a little personal pan. I'm just using a pie dish that Kaylee's gonna make a personal pan pizza in, and then our regular pizza pan for the pizza for me and Kaylee's Uncle Steph. So let's see. That looks like about a little bit more.
That place is skinny.
It is, okay. And then we just cut that. Okay, and then what we do is we pick it up again and just kind of use your fingers, holding your fingers underneath it.
This is a great thing to do for a family dinner or let everyone bake their own.
Yeah, it's really nice for everyone to make their own. So, Kayla, if you kind of hold it like this with your fingers underneath it and just kind of stretch it with your fingers underneath. Let's get it started here. It might have gotten a little thick on you. So you just kind of stretch it a little bit like that. Good. And then once it's a little stretched, you can put it in your pan and just start pressing it. So we'll put it in our pans and we'll kind of press it down.
With your fists work best.
Yeah, you can use your fist.
Your hands, or I think my fists.
Yeah. So Kaylee's just pressing down her dough. Fists work really well along the edge because they can get right in there. Going all the way around. Good. And
I popped an air bubble.
You popped another air bubble, and you kind of want to work it up, yeah, just like that, where you kind of work it up the side of the pan a little bit.
Mine's
to
too
kind of
small.
hold the sauce in.
Mine's too small.
The pan is too small?
No, the dough is too small for the pan.
It'll work. Because it's got so much elasticity, it keeps wanting to stretch back into place. But if with just enough working it, it'll be good. And it works to kind of use the flats of your hand and press down in the middle and then gently press out. Okay, I think we're ready. We're ready to put some sauce on now.
Yeah.
So, because we did so much work making our dough, we just bought some pizza sauce today. But you can also make your own pizza sauce really easily. Just use some tomato sauce.
We might do another video to see that.
Yeah, we could do another one to make that. You could make pizza sauce really easy by just using tomato sauce. Add some basil and oregano, just a little bit of sugar, maybe half a teaspoon, some salt and pepper, and then simmer it on the stove for 15 to 30 minutes. Okay, so now we're ready for the sauce.
Yep.
So,
back to you, Teresa.
Okay, so Kaylee's gonna put some sauce on, and then take a spoon and use the back of the spoon to just spread it out from the center out. And if you need more sauce, you can add more sauce. Some people like just a little sauce. Some people like
a lot
more.
of sauce.
What do you like, Kaylee? Do you like just a little?
I like more.
You like more?
Than the average person.
More than the average person. Great. Oh, I forgot one thing that I wanted to add on mine.
Back to you, Teresa.
Back to me, Kaylee. So, because this is a pizza for grown-up taste buds, I am putting a little bit of hot sauce on here. Because me and Uncle Steph like hot sauce. And then you spread it in.
Let the kids lick the back of the spoon.
Always let the kids
Really
lick the back of the spoon. They love that. Good. Okay, so let's tilt them up. Show that now we've got the sauce on. Now ready for our toppings. Woo! Classic cheese and pepperoni combo right now.
Right now.
A little bit of pepperoni, a little bit of mozzarella. What else do you like on your pizza?
I'm going to put some spinach on. And then I always like to put cheese on the bottom and then finish the top off with some more cheese.
Great idea.
I like cheese. I like cheese. And
That
what did
looks
you
good.
put on your pizza, Auntie?
On my pizza, I had some diced up portobello mushrooms, red onion, and red pepper. And I put that down. Then I put spinach as well, because I really like spinach. And then I put some cheese on top. And now we're going to bake these in the oven at about 375 degrees for about 20 minutes. Until it looks done. Until it looks like a done pizza.
Okie dokie. And that'll be our last step. Whoops, sorry. And that'll be our last step in making our pizza.
Next step, enjoy them.
Yeah. Today we bought our cheese, but if you want to make your pizza even more special and homemade, then you can go to my auntie's blog. There's a recipe there to making your own mozzarella, and maybe next time we'll make a video on how to make mozzarella.
Yeah, that sounds good. We will. Our pizzas are out of the oven, and they look great.
They look yummy.
So we baked it at about, I started the oven at 375, and then I ended up turning it down to about 350. And they bake really quickly. It was maybe 15 or 20 minutes. And then I just put it on broil for a couple minutes just to make the cheese nice and bubbly. And they cook up really quick, and you just keep an eye on them, and you just know they're done when they look like a pizza that comes from the store. Only better. Time to eat them.
last step. Enjoy it.
How is it?
Good.
Good. So, what did you think of the crust made with a little bit of pancake mix?
It's awesome. It's it doesn't taste like a pancake, but the crust has more flavor and
Is it the best pizza crust you've ever
It's the best.
ate in your life?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Amazing. Come on, it's lovely weather to bake some pizza with you. And you, and you, and you, and you. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, let's go. Let's go to the store. Buy pizza, toppings, and more. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, it's grand. Making pizza with you. And that's the end of my song.